Today we're going to learn about examples of speed word problems. Let's say we have a problem like Tom left town A for town B at 11 a.m. Jerry left town B for town A at 4 p.m. At 7 p.m. Tom reached town B, but Jerry was still 240 kilometers away from town A. Both had traveled at constant speeds, but Jerry was 20 kilometers per hour faster than Tom. What is the distance between town A and town B? Let's first draw the road that both Tom and Jerry are on. It is also the road that connects town A and town B. This is the road that connects town A and town B. Here is town A. A for town A, and here is town B. B for town B. Now, Tom leaves town A at 11 a.m. He heads towards town B and reaches town B at 7 p.m. So he reaches town B at 7 p.m. Jerry leaves town B. Jerry leaves town B at 4 p.m. and goes towards town A. At 7 p.m., Jerry is 240 kilometers away from town A. 240 kilometers away from town A. This point right here, let's label this town C. So town C is 240 kilometers away from town A. Jerry reached town C at 7 p.m. The distance between town C and town A is 240 kilometers. Now, this means that Jerry took 3 hours to travel from town B to town C. So 3 hours to travel from town B to town C. And Tom takes 8 hours. Tom takes 8 hours to travel from town A to town B. So the Tom's time, T for Tom, T for time, is equal to 8 hours. Now, let's say that Tom's speed, TS, T for Tom, S for speed, is equal to X kilometers per hour. So in 3 hours, how much distance will Tom have traveled? So Tom's distance in 3 hours, the distance that Tom traveled in 3 hours is going to be 3x kilometers. So this means that Jerry's speed, JS, is equal to, we know that in the problem it says that Jerry was 20 kilometers per hour faster than Tom. So, Jerry's speed is equal to Tom's speed, which is x, plus 20 kilometers per hour. So, Jerry's distance that he traveled in 3 hours, or the distance that Jerry traveled in 3 hours, so J for Jerry, D for distance in 3 hours, is equal to 3 into parentheses x plus 20, which is equal to 3x plus 60. So this means that in 3 hours, Jerry traveled 3x plus 60 kilometers. So in 3 hours, he traveled 3x plus 60 kilometers. So that means that the distance from town B to town C is 3x plus 60 kilometers. Now Tom, at 4 p.m., Tom was 3x kilometers away from town B. 3x kilometers is right here. Let's label this point town D. So, Tom reached town D at 4 p.m. Now, we know that the distance from town D to town B is 3x kilometers. So the distance from town D to town B is 3x kilometers. Now we know the distance from town B to town C, which is 3x plus 60 kilometers. We know the distance from town B to town D, which is 3x kilometers. But we don't know the distance from town C to town D. So, to find the distance from town C to town D, we need to subtract 3x kilometers from 3x plus 60 kilometers, which is 3x plus 60 minus 3x is equal to 3x cancels out with 3x and we get 60 kilometers. So the distance from town C to town D is 60 kilometers. Is 60 kilometers. So this means that in 5 hours, because Tom took 5 hours to travel from town A to town D, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. is 5 hours. So Tom takes 5 hours to travel 240 plus 60 kilometers, which is equal to 300 kilometers. So in 1 hour, he travels 300 over 5, which is equal to 60 kilometers. So this means that Tom's speed, which is x kilometers per hour, is also equal to 60 kilometers per hour. 60 kilometers per hour. So, if in 1 hour, let's label this column hours. In 1 hour, he travels 60 kilometers. 60 kilometers. Let's label this column kilometers. Then in 8 hours, because Tom takes 8 hours to travel the whole distance from town A to town B, in 8 hours, how many kilometers does he travel? To solve this part of the problem, we need to cross multiply. That means we multiply 1 with a question mark and 8 with 6 and 8 with 60. So we get 1 times question mark is question mark. Question mark is equal to 8 times 60, which is equal to 480 kilometers. So the answer to this problem is 480 kilometers. The distance from town A to town B is 400, let's write this 8 bigger, is 480 kilometers. Today we learned about examples of speed word problems. Thank you for watching this video.